Something you probably do know. Progressive can not only offer you a great price when you bundle home and auto, they offer you round-the-clock protection. Something you probably don't know, the average oak tree branch can hold 70 pounds. Something you probably do know, your neighbor is building their kid a treehouse. Something you probably don't know, a falling treehouse would take out your whole fence. Bundle your home and auto with Progressive and get more than a great price. Get round-the-clock protection. Something you know for the things you don't know. Coverage from Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers and subject to policy terms. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
Connecting hearts of women to resources, information, and to one another. Presented by Creative Heart Studios, 18 Perry Street and Noonan. Now here's your host, Margie Conway.
Hey guys, this is Dana with Happy Life Nutrition, located on 18 Perry Street, downtown Noonan. Hours are 8 to 5, Tuesday through Friday. Come check us out. We will be serving up meal replacement shakes, calorie-burning teas, coffees, waffles. We have a kids menu and a workout menu. We do deliveries with a 5-drink minimum or $5 delivery charge if less. You can call ahead for your order. Free Wi-Fi, quiet atmosphere for business meetings or get-togethers. Our number at Happy Life Nutrition is 770-683-5172. Can't wait to see you.
Hi, this is Margie Conway with Creative Heart Studios, and this is the Connecting Hearts Network. Today, we are going to be talking with Skye Best. She is the owner of the local Hotworx. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me, Margie.
Might want to push out a little bit closer. Skye has opened the local Hotworx, and I intend to go over there. I don't know if I intend to exercise or just sit in the sauna and watch everybody else exercise. but tell us a little bit about yourself, Skye.
Thank you. So I am the franchise owner of the local Hotworx in Noonan here, and I'm also a certified personal trainer and nutrition coach. I guess go ahead and tell you a little more. 2 years ago, I started a personal training business, leading a small group of men and women. And honestly, this whole business started organically because I had was on a self-development journey and got certified. And the same time I got certified is when the pandemic hit.
That did it for a lot of people.
Yes. So when the pandemic hit and I announced my certification, I had a lot of people that had outreached to me and asked for help. I had no aspirations of creating a business. When I got certified, it was just for that self-development. But when I had so many people outpour to me, I could not say no.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what happens a lot. We've talked, most people that we talk with, that's how they get to the point they're at now. Usually it was some type of self-development or, a healing journey for me. And then I started taking classes and doing things because I've always wanted to understand how people function and why they do what they do. Although there's no explanation for that most of the time. And it's that's what's happened. We start telling our story and sharing what's happening with us, and other people start coming in asking for help.
Absolutely. Yeah. Since that calling, I've had the opportunity to help men and women not only locally but across the world, or not across the world, nationwide, and was able to lead individuals for 2 years. And upon that journey, I was also recovering from an injury, and I had injured my hip. And it was a really long, agonizing year. Wow. Yes. And after I had found about halfway through my recovery, it was at the same time when I had started leading these individuals, and so I decided I wanted to lead them through low-impact fitness. And once we started working together, I had, Dana, my friend Dana, yes, who owns Happy Life Nutrition. Right. She invited me to a local Hotworx in Peachtree City. And it was just literally one visit, and I was completely mind blown because it was an amazing experience where I was able to move my body and feel that healing from the infrared. Because at Hotworx, you're using low impact exercise with infrared and heat. It's a 3-dimensional workout. And besides leading my own people and members in my small accountability group, I really felt restricted on how I could continue exercising. I've been an athlete my whole life, and specifically a runner. So it really was a down place for me not being able to move my body and do some of the things that I probably took for granted.
We do. I was thinking about that the other day while I was at the hospital with my daughter. This woman was walking down the hallway very quickly, and I'm shuffling down and agonizing every step between this foot and this hip that I have lately. And I'm like, when I could do that, I didn't think anything about it. I actually got irritated sometimes, but what I wouldn't give to be able to move freely like that.
And when you have an experience like that, it really changes somebody because for me, I was able to I felt like I was able to really understand others and understand more like what other people are going through in different walks of life. And you just don't take movement or health for granted after something like that. And that is kind of what led me to want to bring Hotworx to Newnan. I was completely mind blown. I was like, I know there are so many people out in Newnan that are like me, that need something, that can't go to a typical gym and need a place to come where they can continue moving their body and know that there is hope to continue their wellness journey. And so that is what actually motivated me to open Hotworx and bring it to Newnan. We're the first low impact fitness studio.
It does sound interesting. I'm sitting there like, I wonder if I could do that. But it's because I had started a little bit. I've never been an exerciser or an athlete. I'm not graceful in the least bit. But I had started doing a program at home before I hurt the hip, and I could tell the difference in it. And I know with, even the types of arthritis and things that I have, that you're supposed to exercise and move more. But sometimes when you start, it hurts more until you get used to it. So if someone like me who doesn't exercise and has an injury or something that's limiting mobility, how could we get started exercising, taking advantage of it?
Absolutely. So, like I said, everything in our studio is low impact. So we're able to help anyone of any age and any fitness level because you can come in and you're in an intimate setting. So that's really nice for a lot of people. A lot of people do appreciate that. And all of our workouts are actually led by virtual trainers, which is really cool because it allows people, and the feedback I've heard is people enjoy the privacy and no longer feeling insecure about being judged. And two, our virtual trainers, there's 3 people on a TV screen. There's a lead, and there's always someone on the left who's doing modifications to meet some other people who need those modifications so that it can apply to all fitness levels. And so if you have an injury, you just go at your own best pace because we do hot yoga, which is a full body flow. We have hot bar, which is a great ballet style lower body workout. And another popular one is Pilates that hits that core and those back muscles. Right. We offer 11 different workouts though, and it's not like you're jumping or doing plyometrics. Everything is focused on using your core, which is the center and strength of your whole body. Your extremities are only as strong as your core. So that's the core is the foundation. So it allows you to create core strength and balance as you're working through your other extremities to build strength.
Okay. And from my understanding, because no, I have not been yet, but I know Dana has, and she's come back and talked, and I've seen your videos when you were over at the at Happy Life. you join in a membership, you come in, and whichever workout you're going, you go into a sauna room.
Yes, that's
all
correct.
right. Explain how we do that.
So yes, our CEO Steve was a genius because he saw all of the benefits of infrared energy, and in order to achieve more workout in less time, he was bright enough to put together heat with infrared energy with low impact exercise, so that people can come in and get all three and get more workout in less time. So yes, you are working out in an infrared heated sauna, and you have control as your body. If you're heat sensitive, you can control the heat.
Okay.
And then work your way up to 125, 130 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of like we're getting outside now.
And it is
It's
more
different, though.
It is
Yeah.
very different.
It's
And
different.
With that being said, because we live in Georgia, especially it being summertime,
Right.
some people are like, I'm in the heat all day. I do not want to go in a sauna, but it actually is very refreshing because it's very different. It's a more comfortable, dry, radiant heat, not a convectionary, humid heat. So it's very different. And it penetrates your body and helps you detox your body, your organs, your skin, to give you a really good detox. So you are just completely soaking wet when you come out and just so refreshed.
And how many people usually go in a group into one of the rooms?
All of our workouts are semi-private, so
Right.
you can fit 1 to 3 people.
Okay. That sounds kind of interesting. I might could go in there and say I'm working out and just sit and enjoy the sauna.
And you know what? We do have people that
Yeah.
do that, and that's what I love to tell people is, no matter where you are at in your fitness journey, or even if you're having an off day, like, just come in and sit, because you are getting so many benefits
Right.
just exposing yourself to the infrared. There are so many benefits
Right.
with infrared that help with muscle recovery and healing, helps with circulation. A lot of people love to hear how it does actually boost the collagen in your skin. Yes.
Needed that a couple of years ago.
And we've also had a lot of people that have sought us out because it's helped them with their fibromyalgia,
Right.
or with I'm blanking on
Well, most of the rheumatoid
arthritis. That's what I was
would
going
be,
with. Yes.
Yeah, it reacts well to the infrared in the sauna, because I have done that several times. I know, and it helps. I've really tried to talk my husband into getting one at home, but we haven't gotten to that point yet. But I know the benefits of that because I've done that myself a couple of times. I know the benefits of exercising. I have always found it difficult. Like I said, used to I was so busy and I considered that my exercise. Then when I started coming down with all these aches and pains, it hurt to exercise. And I know you have to work your way through that hurt till you start getting better at it. So maybe I'll be joining you over there one day and we'll see what's going on.
Yeah. I love it.
I hear you have something exciting going on in connection with Hotworx and that virtual training. You want to tell us how that came about and what's going on?
Yeah, I'm so excited. I just found out this week that I was selected to be part of the top. I made the top 40, which just getting started, but the top 40 for the Hotworx virtual instructor competition to help represent Hotworx globally.
Wow, that's a big one. Top 40 globally is a huge deal. I mean, that's great.
Yeah, I feel really excited. Congrats are not in order just yet because I do need to make it to the next round. And the next round is online right now, where if you are listening, you guys can vote at hotworx.net, and it's /virtual instructor competition -online voting ground. But pretty much, long story short, hotworx.net, and you can find the link from there. But there's a daily vote happening right now through the end of the month. And if I get voted to, they'll pick, corporate will pick the top 14, and this online voting round will give an automatic push for that 15th person to come to that in-person competition. It's a 3-day competition in Scottsdale, Arizona in July.
Okay, now we know where they got the idea for saunas.
Yes. So yeah, I hope I have the opportunity to make that last cut to go compete and show what I have to offer, because I really am excited to have the opportunity to make a bigger impact in meeting our members in the saunas daily,
Right.
And help them meet a challenge and make them feel like they can keep coming back to continue one-upping themselves.
That would be really cool if you're listening locally to have one of our Noonan girls be on their global team. And of course, it would be good globally for everyone. So we will make sure we keep circulating that link. It is on the Connecting Hearts Facebook page, and we will add it in under our podcast information this time. So maybe we can drum you up some more votes to get that. And you can keep us apprised of that journey when you go to Arizona.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, let's see. You said that you were a personal trainer and you were a nutritionist, that you went and got certified in that. If you were going to give our listeners some information concerning that, what would be some of your top tips?
Okay, that was kind of a very broad question.
Yes, it is. So that gives you lots of room to pick out what you want to say.
Okay, top tips. Just speaking as a personal trainer and certified nutrition coach, to those who are on a fitness journey, just from my experience working with multiple clients, the first thing is, if you are listening and you're on a weight loss journey, the most important thing is to consider your nutrition. I feel like that is the biggest piece of the puzzle in not only weight loss, but just maintaining health and wellness, that is often forgotten about. Mm-hmm. People think that you have to work out first, and honestly, that's number two. Definitely all about your diet, and that is really hard for a lot of people. So where do I even start? That might be the question you're asking if you're listening. And the best way you can start is by shopping on the outsides of the grocery store. I know you've heard that before, because that brings you back to what I like to say, God's food. Right. God made whole foods for a reason, and all these man-made foods are full of so many chemicals and, folic acid and just synthetic things that were never meant for our bodies. Right. And that cause a lot of inflammation. And so that would be the first tip that I would like to share, that definitely start changing your diet with choosing whole foods and fresh meats and stuff like that. The second thing is, if you are on a weight loss journey, track your food. I know it's tedious, but if you are committed truly, you will do it. You will do the work. And tracking your food will allow you to make sure you are getting enough calories in, because 99% of my weight loss clients have been starving themselves. Right. And most people would think it's the opposite. And so these, 1,200 calorie deficit diets are not healthy. And society has it so backwards. So track your food and make sure you are actually eating enough. And if you do need help establishing like how many calories you need to eat, you can do that from a body fat scale to figure out how, or you can calculate what your basal metabolic rate is to figure out how many calories it takes for your body to sustain life. And that's different for everybody. And then take that calorie basage and add that to how many calories that you're actually burning actively, intentionally through exercise. And that's what you should be eating in just a very small 10% deficit instead of a extreme deficit. Because this third thing that I like to say is, what happens is a lot of times people fall into too great of a deficit, and they do, if it's their first time trying to lose weight, they do lose weight quickly, but then they fall into a plateau. Mm-hmm. And from that plateau, they still have maybe 30 pounds more to lose, and they can never lose it because their body has adapted, and their body has, adapted so it can save itself in that starvation mode. So it's really, you need to make sure you are going through a very small deficit. It takes slower, but it will be sustainable.
Well, it's a good thing that's not a test because I failed all of it. First of all, I have tried doing diets, and you're talking about if you're really committed, you will log your foods, and I can tell you I lasted about 3 days. So I wasn't committed to that part, but, I might have been committed to other places that have little white coats or things every once in a while. Not really, but you might consider it. Then it's when I started trying to change my lifestyle and get healthier, they had me on so many medications and steroids, and I had gained so much weight, and I went into a metabolic storm, and all these things was happening. My blood pressure was going up, my sugars was going up. I got tired of all of it because it was not doing any good, and so I started juicing. I started drinking water and juicing.
Cool.
And when I started doing that, I worked my way out of a lot of those medications, and I worked my way out of that metabolic storm. And I did do that religiously for quite a while. I probably need to go back to it at this point because, like you said, I ended up with a plateau. And I know I've done that because I have a calorie deficit, because people tell me most of the time I eat like a squirrel. I do anti-inflammatory, a lot of that for eating. So I eat nuts and I eat the good oils, and I have discovered how they benefit my body. But I leave a lot of the other out. I know I have low calories in there, so I probably need to come see you and see what we can figure out that we can do. So do you still take nutrition clients?
I do I do offer any of my members at the Hotworx studio. I do complimentary nutrition consultations.
That's good. And how does membership at Hotworx work?
So we offer 2 different memberships, and we also do sell separate packages as well if you're just in town for the month. But our memberships, we have one membership called the Sweat Here membership, and that is for members who are local and are just going to use the Noonan studio.
Right.
And that offers them unlimited workouts and 24/7 access to our studio, because our studio is actually open 24 hours a day. Yeah.
That suits a lot of people, yeah.
Yes. Having virtual instructors allows us to be open 24 hours, allows us to offer camps every hour, and also allows us to offer affordable memberships. So, and then our other membership is called Sweat Everywhere. I love our Sweat Everywhere membership. Just like the name implies, it does allow you to use other Hotworx studios, but the main difference is it's $79 a month, and that allows you to access 2 additional tools to help you in your fitness journey on our Hotworx app.
Okay.
And that is the night and day difference. I love those tools because one is called our Diet Tracks app, and our Diet Tracks app allows you to track your nutrition with your fitness in our studio, or if you're going to hike, Stone Mountain, right. I like to tell people you can log that in there too if that's outside the studio. So it's very efficient if you are committed and on a weight loss journey, and then allows you to access as well our personal trainer, which allows personal training in our functional training area with the free weights and stuff, which is an additional part of our studio.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So, so that's $79, and our Sweat Here is $59 a month.
Okay. That's reasonable compared to all of them I know of around here. And like I said, the sauna is the draw for me.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, Skye, we have a few minutes left. I know you attend a local church that is doing a new grand opening. You want to tell us a little bit about your church?
Yes, Foundation Christian Church.
Yeah.
Yes, I absolutely love being a part of Foundation Christian Church. I had a neighbor, Tim Kime, actually. He knocked on my door one day before we knew each other and invited me out and it caught my attention. My family and I come from different faiths, and we were looking for something, especially for our children, and Foundation Christian Church really caught my eye because it does a lot of community outreach.
Right.
And that was something I was looking for. I'm very passionate about serving, and really want to instill that in my children. And so we went, and that was 3 years ago. We've been going there since then, and just feel a calling to Foundation Christian Church because we really feel the opportunity is there to connect with a larger part of our community and help where the need is there.
They've just taken over an old it is an old building in Noonan. It's new to them, and they have really done a renovation on it. It used to be the Wells Fargo downtown. Now, that's a little upsetting to me because now I have to go to the Wells Fargo all the way on the other side of town. But, I can't blame the church for that. It was all Wells Fargo's idea. And have they opened the campus yet, or are they still working on it?
Yes, it is open. So we do welcome all to come. It's on Perry Street. And it's the big black building. Yeah. It's the only black building. You can't miss it.
It is. It's big. Yeah.
And we have a service at 9 a.m. and at 11. So if you're listening, I am also part of the welcoming committee. So you'll see me there. I'd love to meet you 9 and 11 o'clock.
All right.
On Sunday.
That sounds like a good deal. We have, with our Connecting Hearts Network, we have a few things that's been going on lately. We have this coming up. We have tea party coming up on the 24th with God's Garden Girls. She just started her new show on Monday, and it is awesome. So on the 24th, we're doing a tea party at Happy Life.
Cool.
It will be at 6:30. It's on Eventbrite, and it's on all of our pages and her pages. Her and Dana and I all said, tea, let's do that. And so we're doing a blend your own tea at this one, and we're even, if you want to wear your fancy hat, Tanisha wants to wear a fancy hat. A couple other people said, do I have to do that? No, you don't have to, but it's fun if you do. She's going to bring some herbs and tell us about them, and then we're going to blend our own teas while we're there. And so that's a good thing for you to hook up with, because she has some good teas and good ideas, and she can tell you what those herbs are at the drop of a hat. She was on with us a couple of weeks ago. If you want to go back and listen to that episode, I'm trying to learn a little bit more knowledge from her about that. So that's coming up on the 24th, and we have some new bags that we're giving out around town. So if you see our little red bags that say Be Kind, take one and share it with somebody else if you already had one, because it's got a lot of information in it. We've added a few new things into this one. And we want to welcome our sponsors. We got 2 new ones this week. We have Linda with Family Patterns Matters. Linda's been on our show twice. Family Patterns Matters is a local nonprofit that does at-risk youth activities. She has referred kids from different places in the area, and they are meeting tonight at 5 o'clock at Madras Community Center. Me and my granddaughter are going to be there because we're going to volunteer. They do great things with these kids. So that's one that you want to check out. The other one is Holly Reese, our Warrior Defender, and we love Holly. On the 20th, Holly and I are doing what she's calling the Purple Power Panel. And it's lots of purple teas and purple decorations, but it is free. It's another event we've got linked through. She and I work well together because she will teach you psychologically and physically how to protect yourself, and I go into the emotional journey of it and into the healing and all that afterwards, and how to set boundaries and do those things. So we're doing the Purple Power Panel on the 20th. If you want to see me between now and then, you just walk up and down Perry Street and you open a door and yell Margie, and I'll come out, because I hide in my corner back in the back of Happy Life, and nobody sees me, including Ryan, unless I want him to know I'm there. Y'all, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us today, Skye. I hope to get you to come back and let's talk some more about this as you go through your competition.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for tuning in to Connecting Hearts of Women to Resources, Information, and to one another. Presented by Creative Hearts Studios, 18 Perry Street, here in Noonan. 404-528-8461. Until next time, have a wonderful day.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to use humor. But we don't want to insult your intelligence, so nothing too goofy. And we need to avoid any polarizing topics. Oh, and it has to be about how you can save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. You know what? Maybe humor is a bad idea. Yeah, it's never going to work. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations. You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to tap into human emotion, first with some music. Then in a serious tone I'll say, save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. And even though it was about saving money with Progressive, we'll fade out the music so you know it was poignant. Wow, powerful stuff. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.